Hello, everyone. Nadeem here with PCSN. I get a question asked pretty often, and that is talking about technology as a service. So, with this as a service craze, it's getting kind of confusing. How is hardware done as a service, right? So it's pretty easy. Think of it like a zero buyout lease, uh, but you include things like accidental coverage, extended warranties for the term of that lease. So the interest rates are very good, and it's almost minimal where you can. I mean, it's just like change. So at the end of the day, it's you're paying a monthly fee, and then at the end of the term, you return the hardware. It gets recycled. It gets securely erased, and then you get another machine. Normally customers will go with like for 2 year term or 3 year term. So at the end of the term, let's say it's 2 years, you get a new machine which has the latest processors, latest memory, latest architecture, and your machines never get outdated. Now the beauty of it is that you can uh, align your payments so that of course you're not going to buy everybody a new machine at the same time, right? So let's say you have 50 users, maybe you want to buy three machines, or you want to do one machine per quarter, which usually companies will kind of stagger it that way. And so if you're doing, let's say, one machine per quarter, then you can actually get the payments aligned to where you're just making one monthly payment for all your machines, and as you add additional machines to the program, your monthly payment just keeps growing from that. But then once you have all your 50 users on the technology as a service program, then you're just paying that one monthly fee. Your machines are never outdated. At the end of the term, machines go back, and it's a fairly simple process. So here's an overview of how that works. So let me just create and I'll just draw it out. I don't have my pen with me, but I'll just draw it out. We'll see how it goes. So your hardware gets shipped to your user, and you can get it shipped to a user directly, using autopilot. And then your user uses it, and the user gets done. Now this gets recycled at the end of the term, and it gets securely erased and all that. And there's actually companies who specialize just in disposal of old hardware that's coming off. So it's a process. It's not like the machines are ending up in a pile somewhere and people are going through and picking out all the data off of them. So it's not like that. Now the thing is, over here, if we have the term of that technology as a service program, so you're making these monthly payments over time, and at the end of the term, you simply return the machine and you get a new machine. So every 2 years, 3 years, whatever the company policy is, you get new hardware. So the customer, the end user is happy. Combine that with autopilot, and then you don't even need to get that machine shipped out to your corporate office. You can just ship it directly to the end user. The end user simply logs in. They have all their settings and everything already on there. They use the machine for 2 years. At end of term, they return the machine. They get the new machine. They log in. All their settings are there. So that's how autopilot ties in with technology as a service, and that whole process is streamlined. There's one caveat, that there always is, right? So customers who already are onboarded into the TAAS program, they can keep adding individual machines, whatever the cost is per machine. Customers who are now just starting out, the minimum entry to the TAAS program is, I believe, $5,000. Yes, so it is $5,000, which is not much. I mean, that's like what, couple of machines, and you're already, five. I mean, you get two machines, maybe, four monitors, something like that. You're already at that $5,000 deal. So to get started in the TAAS program, and this, by the way, is the TAAS program overview. To get started in the TAAS program, you need to order about $5,000 worth of equipment, and that 5,000 is going to be split into whatever the monthly payments are, and so at the end of the term, you return the machine, you get new machine. So your monthly payments now stay the same, and your users get new machines every 2 years, and that's everybody's happy. Now, what happens if there's a hardware failure between that term, during that term? If there is a hardware failure, the machine is covered. So in the TAAS program, the machine is already covered, for the warranty is extended to the term. If it's 2 years or 3 years, whatever it is, the manufacturer covers that machine. There's also accidental coverage on it. So if it's a laptop, somebody breaks the screen, it's got accidental coverage on it. You return that machine, you get another machine, boom, you're onboarded with autopilot, and you're good to go. So the whole process of getting machines, provisioning machines, it's multiple entities are working together to streamline that process. Microsoft is working with their things like autopilot and things like that to streamline the onboarding process. Finance companies are working to build financing around these programs for TAAS. Distributors are working with the TAAS program with these financing guys and with autopilot on the other side, to where so you're probably thinking, well, what do the distributors do other than be the middle guys? Well, they're not really just the middle guys. So they're actually controlling the serial numbers, and those serial numbers are how autopilot works. So each machine has a unique number on it, and when the distributor ships a machine to the end user, that serial number for that machine is what we use to onboard that machine. The good thing is, now all of a sudden everybody in the picture knows which machine it is, and if a machine gets lost or stolen, we know the serial numbers, we know the information on that machine, we know the config of that machine, and all of that. So the whole process is getting better, and I think with time it's only going to get better. There were some hiccups initially when the program started. It was just taking so long to go through that process and get all the approvals done and everything. But now, and we've given this feedback to Microsoft and Dell, and then those guys are working with the distributors, and the process is much better now. Not to say it can't be improved further. It can, of course it can, but it is much smoother and much easier now than it was, just like 6 months ago. Of course, the pandemic doesn't help. But yeah, so that's the overview of the technology as a service program. You replace your hardware every few years, maybe 2 years, 3 years, whatever the term you choose. You have one monthly payment. You can add additional machines to that program, and then at the end of the day, when all is said and done, you should have just one monthly fee, and all your machines, you don't have to worry about them again, because at the end of the term, the machines get updated, upgraded, whatever it is, you're good to go. No need to worry about those huge upgrade cycles where you have to kind of buy 5 or 6 machines at a time and spend all that lump sum, every few months, and you can't afford to do so many machines that really need to be replaced. But it's a budgeting / cash flow issue, and you don't want to spend all that money on these machines. Well, now you don't need to worry about that. Now, here's the beauty of it. If you have a requirement for any storage devices, switches, servers, anything like that, that all can be included in the program as well. So think about it. One monthly fee, everything to do with IT is included. Now, we can take that a step further. If you have things like Office 365 or other services that you're paying on a monthly basis, we can roll that into the TAAS program as well. So we can have it to where you pay one monthly fee, your services, your online services, your on-site support, everything, hardware, everything is included in that one monthly fee. So it makes things a lot easier. So that's it. I just wanted to give everybody an overview. People were asking me, hey Nadeem, how does this technology as a service program work? I mean, it's almost like back in the day, like trading weather. How do you trade weather. Yeah, from the Enron days, I remember that. But anyway, so this is how technology as a service works, and for a lot of companies who were not able to afford their upgrade cycles, are now all of a sudden able to afford that, and things are working great for companies who have kind of jumped into their technology as a program or technology as a service program. And so it's been working out great. We have a few customers that are on there. Like I said initially, that we had some hiccups, but way better now. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And everybody be safe out there and have an awesome day.